Hello. You know what I'm learning? I'm learning so much. The more that I delve into myself, into what makes me tick, what makes me run, what makes me walk, what makes me happy, what makes me sad, what makes me angry. It's like an awakening, an exorcism, like an exorcism. At some points when I go through this, but this time around, I think it's a little different. I think that this time around, I'm not gonna revert back to some of my old patterns because I'm seeing what they're doing to me. I look back in my childhood and stuff, and in my teenage years and my adulthood, how I smiled and I just did things and like nothing was wrong. I covered up things that were hurting me, that were damaging me, like from the smallest things to the biggest things. I try to mask so much, and all it was doing was building up in me and hurting me and making me make some poor decisions. But at the same time, some of those decisions that I made, I realized that they were necessary, regardless. So I can't just keep beating myself up. With my story, I haven't had a terrible life. I didn't have the worst childhood. I didn't have the worst mom or anything, or unattended mom, none of that. It was just those points that impacted me to the point that it took me to places that I kind of stayed stuck, and in turn it stayed with me more than all those great things. At the same time, my separation from a lot of things and people, they needed to happen, and it needs to be, because I have to set boundaries. Because of who I am and who I know I am, it's better to have those boundaries. It's less hurt for me, and it'll be less painful for them, because if I continue on the same track that I've been going, it will get worse, because I will get to the point where as though I really just don't give a F. And I've been there. I'm coming to see though that it's like I just been putting all my eggs in one basket, and that's been in man, from my mom to my husband to my expectations of my kids to people that I have called friends that can't even take me, to a point where as though they will bash me in their head and turn it to me when they know that they were the one wrong. And I'm the type of person that I'm not a person that say I'm real but I'm fake. I am real. If I say something, I mean it. Period. Whether good or bad. I'm learning now that even in life, when I don't say things because I'm trying to change, it still affects people because of who they believe I am. I know who I am. And it's not for me any longer to prove who I am, because when I do that, it messes with my emotions, because I can't get through to everybody. I'm not God. I'm not perfect, but I'm imperfectly perfect, because I am who I am. I do need people. I'm not a person that say, I don't need nobody. I do. I'm human. We're not born to be alone. But at the same time, we have to be careful with who we choose to be with. And that's friends, family, companionship, relationships, situationships, all of it. We have to come to a point that we can be honest with ourselves if we can't be honest with anyone else. I'm changing. That's basically where I'm going. And my changes right now, I just feel them in me. And then one minute I'm smiling, then I'm like, I get scared because I know with the changes what has to happen. And sometimes you have to gravitate towards this and walk away from this. Your goals change, your focus change, and mainly your perspective changes, because when you go into this transition of telling yourself, hey, I need to do this, there has to be better, help me God, help me universe, help me. At that time, you know that perspectives have to change, because you can't stay stuck in the same one, because you go round and round. The open mind has to really be an open mind. You don't have to accept everything, but you have to have an open mind and be empathetic and all those types of things. It's like I walk around all being myself. My hair, my eyebrows need to be done, like things like that. Like my eyebrows and my hair right now are really annoying, but I am ready to get some locks, so that's why this is going on right now. And but my eyebrows, I just don't get out to go, and so that just saves me extra $12 every 2 weeks or whatever. But I'm good with that. I'm actually getting to the point that I'm good with that. My weight, it be up and down and mostly up. I'm getting to the point as though I'm like, I'm gonna work on that. It's coming. I already know it's coming. But for the time, I'm just thanking God that I don't have any medical problems with this weight. But in life, everybody, we gotta know that it's okay to be ourselves. That we don't have to be anything for anybody else. It's like, why do we feel as though sometimes that we have to change who we are depending on the setting? I understand, like, not burping, not being loud, but to be yourself in all settings, just to, if you're a person that laughs, if you're a person, any type of positive energy that you have with you, bring it. If you feeling negative about the situation, don't go. That's your gut telling you you don't belong there. I've been in those situations with family, with not my family per se. Yeah, that too. But mostly like other people, like my in-laws. There's been times and stuff that I didn't want to go, and I went, and when I got there, stuff happened that I already knew was gonna happen. But if I would listen to who and what was telling me, it wouldn't happen. It's like I put myself in situations as if I gravitate towards the chaos, as if I deserve it, and I don't. But it's just taking me that long, this long, not that long, this long to get it. at one point, like, you just get tired of crying for sadness and sulking and depression, and when you got other things to be grateful for. Like, at one point I knew that my kids would grow up, make their own decisions, do all that. It was kind of like when my oldest son got married, I was the loudest one there crying. Everybody laughing, and at the end, nobody really knew why I was crying. I was crying because that was my oldest baby. And at that point, when I knew that he was getting married, I knew that I would no longer have the option of being number one, that number one lady in his life. Even though he already had a daughter before he married, the mother of his child that he was with since high school or whatever, that wasn't the point. It was more of he was making a sacrifice to another woman. And with that sacrifice, I knew what that meant. I would no longer be able to tell him what to do, get in his business. I knew that he had someone that not per se take my place, but was replacing me, to walk with him, to be with him. It was a hard adjustment. He was the first one getting married. It was adjustment. I knew it. It was like, it was all coming out with me like, get ready, this is it. And that was to cry. I was letting go. Because why? Because I know that I raised him to make great choices. And that's what we want to do. We want to say we're doing these things, and then so that when it's time, everything we are, but then it's hard to let go. And we go through these things. I wasn't the best parent in the world. I wasn't the greatest, but I always been the best that I could be. And that's where I'm at now with my life. I haven't been the best daughter. I haven't been the best wife by far. I've done some things. I haven't been the best mom. I haven't been the best friend. But I've always been the best that I could be in all those. Always gave everything in my all that I had in me at the time. And we said we make mistakes. I don't see too many mistakes I made. Want me to tell you why? Because most of the things that I said it was a mistake the first time, I went back and did it again. So it became a decision. So this is why I'm analyzing myself to try to make better decisions, because now that I know I have a pattern, I know why some of these patterns are there. It's nurturing, the upbringing, the environments, everything. But now I'm understanding that it's been a process, it's been a plan, and it all depends on my free will of choice, which plan comes into play. There's a plan for every choice, but there's a choice for every plan. But at the end, I do believe that the whole plan is going to come in a full circle because, my choices are going to change because of my focus and who my focus is on. And I'm done with my focus being on man itself. Why I need man in my life? I will not put all my expectations and my perspectives on man, because they have the same thing. They have free will too. My control has to be with me, in me, and outwardly. So I don't want to rekindle any past friendships because my trust is gone. If it's ended, it's ended, like, because it needed to end. I've never been fake though, like, not in my adulthood, especially since I came out with my abuse. Like, all fakeness ended once I came out when I turned 40. When I came out with everything that was bottled up in me, I didn't see any more reason for me to be fake on any level. I'm done. I just want to be me. I want to live. I want to be happy. I want to find the joys in this life. They're there. I know they have to be there. I've had periods that I felt the joy, but then a damn trigger come up and blow it all out the water. But I want anybody to know that is thinking of committing suicide, has thought of committing suicide, that, you know, I'm one of you. I've been there about 3 times, seriously. And always something stepped in, whether, I don't know. But each time something inside of me stepped out and said, nope, nope, nope. It was like, yeah, no, yeah, no. It was really weird. And the things that it made me do to do it, whether to pick up the phone and reach out to somebody, or something happened to make me not do it, or I cried so much that I got weak, a thought of, you know, how I would do it and how it would impact who would find me. And it's crazy, but I didn't do it. A person doesn't realize how not just the act of being sexually abused as a child and molested, because I've been both, and then how the people around you react, like during the time, how you see the bonds that are made and why you don't say stuff, or then when you do say something, give you a little thing. I witnessed a person sexually abuse another person, and I told. And I never knew how much this impacted me until I started having the reasons why, like some things that would make me gravitate towards not understanding my own mom. Like the person I knew she was and know she is, I didn't quite understand that when I told about this person doing this other person, she protected that person that was abusing the other person. I went on from the damage that another person was going to do to them. And then at the same time, I get home and she asked me, did the person do it to me? And I said, no. It was the same person that was doing stuff to me, but I said no because I just literally watched her stop this dude from getting his ass totally whipped. From me witnessing, my mouth said what I saw. And you stopped it from happening. You stopped what I presumed that you would have done if I'd have told you he did me from another person doing it. But then I was expected to tell you the truth at that time. And then to double back, you sent me back to that same house where that person was that I already told you was doing someone else. It didn't make sense. So I still get hurt by that. And so then when things happen in today's time with my family, like with the person that just out there telling people that I'm lying when he knows I'm not lying. That person irritates my soul. And that's where I'm trying to get at, that I'm not angry. Like, you see, I'm just all of a sudden just thinking about this one person that lies and said that he never touched me, that I'm a liar, blah, 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 and still telling people and still out there telling people God is good. He was the reason I turned. He was the one reason that I turned my back. Not the one. The main reason that I turned my back on God, because people still gravitate towards him as if they believe him, but don't understand that why would I want to lie about something like that puts me out there? It's so embarrassing. It's not only that I was abused sexually, it's also incest. It's family. What does that make me? That made me feel so damn dirty in the first place. It wasn't a stranger. It's a family member. And it's like I have forgiven the others, the two that are dead and the other one that's still living, but this one, he angers me. And then he preaches, he gets to say words at home going celebrations. People still say it's okay to send people off with this devil that has not asked for repentance that I know of, because he's still lying. And just shut up. Don't even say nothing. Don't have it coming back to me what you said about me. Just shut up. I've already said what you did. You know what you did. But now you still want to put me out there as the bad guy. That's why I dislike friends that do that. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Family, don't do that to me. I disconnect. My connection will never be the same with you, because it's been multiple times, not once, not twice, multiple times, over and over. I keep getting stumped on. We out here, us survivors out here, and we still trying to survive. We trying to live. We trying to be happy from the inside out. We fighting for our lives daily, for a normal, balanced life on a daily basis. But when there's no accountability, sometimes it makes it hard for us. So that's why I'm telling you, it's this pattern. I'm telling you, that's how I know that I'm not there yet. I've been good all week, and as soon as I speak of it's the one trigger that I'm working on, that I'm asking God, I'm asking the universe, hey, come in and take charge of this. Nobody should get under my skin like this. I don't care. They should not get under me like this, but it does. And it's breaking up. Families are breaking up. Well, I'm breaking up from my family. I don't care who you are. Mother, father, sister, brother, kid. I'm done. We now have boundaries set as if we weren't even related. The boundary has been set. Those from me not talking to you, from those lingering I love yous, to know I love yous, to I talk to you when I talk to you. Because I want to live. I want to be Nicole. The titles of mom, wife, daughter, anything. friend, I really at this point, if I don't mean you no good and you don't mean me no good, I'm good with the separation, because that's where I'm finding my balance. And the people that are being removed from my life, or, you know, lessened in my life, or placed in my life, is for a reason. I'm calling out to the Lord now. I mean, I'm screaming, and I'm listening. I'm hearing it. And at the same time, I'm still me. I'm not out here no Bible thumper, no blue. But I read the Bible. I read the Bible in the past and had quite success until I turned away. It's not about me even going to church, even though I was deep in the church at one point. It's about my relationship with the universe. And I'm getting there. I'm getting there, day by day. When it's my time, it's my time. For all things. But I do want anybody that has been abused sexually, physically, domestically, been raped, know that there's healing within. We won't forget it, but anything is possible. And we gotta just stop waiting on man to give us our justice or our feed our egos that we have support. We good. We gonna be alright. We gonna be alright. We gonna be alright. We are. I'm praying about it, and I'm gonna just keep speaking about it. I'm gonna use my voice, and I think that as my voice becomes an advocate for dealing with pain and injustice to us, I think it'll get better for me. But I have to rid myself of the anger that I have before any of it will manifest. Because sometimes when you come off angry like I do, it makes me look like I'm the bad guy, when I'm actually not. I'm a good person. I'm a really good person. And if you get to know me and you are able to handle me, my brutal honesty, how blunt I am, how I will feed you what I know, but I'll also allow you to feed me what you know, and we can talk about it, and we can agree, or we can agree to disagree and move on, but not with the animosity that I seem to feel some people have against me. Because when I speak, I try to speak factually. I do have opinions, believe me, but a lot of my opinions, it comes from, again, my experience. So there's that perception factor that comes in. So if you can help me change my perception or give me a wider perspective of something, I'm good with it. But don't turn me into a bad guy because you have to face what's going on in your life and who you are and what you're hiding. I don't ask people to about themselves or anything to go against you. I always just wanted to help people because I already knew what was going on inside of me. And some people, I just learned can't handle that. So I think I read it in Proverbs, or it could have been Lamentations, one of them. I just can't. I'm not God. I cannot try to help everybody. Gotta give people bits and pieces of of what they want from me, if they want anything from me. And I have to learn that sometimes I just need to shut up. Sometimes gotta let God just lead the way. So that's what I'm ready to start doing. I just reach up and ask him if I feel that he, The universe is saying, go for it. They need you. Say it. Then I say it. Otherwise, I'm just going to be quiet. But I am going to start just using my platform to speak on getting through the pain and letting people see the path that I'm on. And, and I'm going to share the good days, the bad days, all of it as I see fit. Because I want us all to get through life, regardless of what type of struggle you have in life. Box your way out of it.